Dude, shit's fucked up. I don't know what's going on right now. I just saw on the news that the Hawaii threat was real. What the fuck is going on in our world today? We're gonna call my best friend, the Nose, and see what he thinks.
This is Lowry. You're hot.
Hi, it's me, Buck Stallion.
Mike.
It's your best friend.
Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry.
So I called and you answered the phone in your sleep earlier.
What?
You answered your phone in you answered your phone in your sleep whenever I called you earlier this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How
And
do you know that?
so I thought you were messing with me. And so I just kept talking.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then it finally it was at 7 minutes or something like that. Maybe 5 minutes. No, I think it was 5 minutes. But I hung up. I finally gave up.
Well, you know why? Because when my phone rings, I slide right, or when the alarm goes off, I slide right to turn off the alarm. So I must have thought that you were an alarm, and I just slid right to hang up on you.
Speaking of alarms, so you know this thing that happened back in around Thanksgiving, like just before Thanksgiving, the nuclear alarm in Hawaii.
No.
You didn't hear about that?
No. It doesn't matter anyway. The aliens are in control of the nukes.
Well, so that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because they are saying, I was just watching, it was like a religious news, on YouTube or something like that. But they're saying basically that there was something launched because, okay, this is what happened in around November, late November. I think it was like the 20th or the 22nd or something like that. There was a thing that they were like, dude, they were on high alert for nuclear, and there was one of those, this is not a test. This is the emergency broadcast system. Go to your nuclear shelters. There is imminent nuclear threat. And yeah, you didn't know about this?
No, it doesn't matter anyway.
No, but listen. So, let me finish telling you then. So then, by that afternoon, they said that a guy said, "Oh, sorry, yeah, I sent that out. My bad. I misunderstood the drill. It was the drill, and I hit the not the drill button." And everybody was like, "Okay." But so this is the thing, though, is the religious news people were like, they did this on purpose because they were going to start World War III and blame it on Trump. But somebody intervened. Was it Trump that did Trump's team, intervene? Is there another group? You know what I mean? What happened? And then they're sweeping it under the rug. So now you're saying it's aliens.
Well, let me tell you why. Okay, because you remember last month when the Department of Defense went on CNN and finally gave full disclosure of the truth of UFO activity, right? So it's government official now. Department of Defense themselves, which there's a lot of other fucking shit. The leader of the CIA and the leader of the Department of Defense got fucking escorted off the building by FBI yesterday for all this Clinton email cover up fucking disaster stuff, but that's another story. I found that out last night because I was tattooing my chiropractor, and he's a super smart guy. But as far as like the nuke things, so we had. Did you not catch any of this? It was real subtle, dude. There was this like CNN, Department of Defense, the head of defense comes up and he confirms UFOs are real, and it was so blank and like quick, and then it was just on to the next thing. Like even the next day, it was on like Good Morning America, and they're all laughing around like, "Hey, did you hear about this? Yeah, it was pretty weird yesterday. I guess those UFOs are real." And one of them goes, "Oh, I wonder if they're going to be green." And haha. Anyway, back to let's go see what Oprah's doing or whatever the fuck it was, right? So there was full disclosure finally recently, but it was so quick and fucking whatever that nobody really noticed that it happened. But basically, America came out and said, our government came out and said, okay, UFO activity is real now. We can confirm this. So it goes back and basically what they said like a couple of things. So when that happened, somewhere around that same time, there was a new documentary released out on Netflix called Unacknowledged. And in Unacknowledged, in reference to your nuclear thing that you were talking about, one of the things that I watched, and I would say for you to go and watch it, and tell me what you think, because it was kind of a jaw dropper for me. Every other documentary I've watched, like it starts off like all like ancient aliens, like this is real and those are real and that's real, and then about a half an hour into it, you end up hearing things like, well, we think this is what it is. And then you go like, okay, now those fuckers, you know, they made it sound all legit at first, but then they can't say it for whatever reason. So now they, you know, it's kind of one of those smoke and mirrors things. Well, this one, I just watched, like last week, I watched an hour and a half of it straight. It's totally an hour and a half show or whatever fucking thing that it is, and documentary. And throughout the entire thing, what blew me away is that there was all like official people with their names and their ranks and what department they work in. And these guys are coming out and saying, confirming, yes, you know, this is real. Yes, fucking, I worked at Area 51. And they're all like real people, and they're talking very matter-of-factly for the first time of anything I've ever seen released on any type of news, media, TV, or anything. That this one, nobody at the end of it came out and said, haha, we just think so. It's all like, okay, official government shit. So, okay, so without me branching off too much, as far as the nukes go, one of the men that was on this documentary confirming UFO, alien activity, whatever, to like levels of like, dude, if this is real, we are officially in the fucking future, and it's fucking really trippy. I've been kind of tripped out because you know me, but I've been a little more level-headed, just like, wow, okay, so now what do we do? So in this documentary, there was one part where there was a pilot, a Navy pilot, because even on this full disclosure from CNN, from Department of Defense, the reason why they did finally part of the reason why is because there's been increased activity of harassment from UFOs with military and commercial airline pilots, to where there's just too many people that they don't want to tell them to shut up, kind of a thing. Like, you can't say shit because there's just too many people they're having to tell to fucking shut up about this. So they had to come out and release it. And then also for other reasons, which are way more fucked up as far as the world goes and what's really going on all behind the closed doors thing. But
like what? Like human slavery, or like they're
dude, like, well, let me tell you this first, and then ask me that part again, because it really just opened up like so many just like unfortunate cans of like worm guys. But one of the reason why they went on is because there's video. You can probably YouTube it now. They took down like the CNN stuff. I couldn't find it anymore. Like all of a sudden it's not there, but these two pilots have video like on his cockpit camera of this thing that was following them around, that they were following around. And it was one pilot talking on radio to another Navy pilot connected. They were flying together and being harassed by this UFO. And that's the footage that they used to release this information on CNN last month. As far as full disclosure, you know, and that with a bunch of other things. So on this documentary, that Unacknowledged is what it's called. And this pilot was saying basically during one of their nuclear testing, okay, they said, and the guy comes out and he said, okay, UFOs are real. Alien UFO activity is real. He said, so far we know two things. The first thing we know is that they're not trying to harm us. so far because they haven't. Over the history back in 42 when they had that crash and they shot down that UFO around the beaches of Los Angeles, and all these people swear they were kids at the time and now they're like fucking in their 80s or whatever, but they know two things: that they're not trying to harm us, and they said most likely it seems like that they're actually trying to prevent us from harming each other. And I was like, well, that's interesting. I wonder why they said that. So it goes into, the next thing it goes into is that there's this Air Force captain pilot, and he's talking, he's giving his story, you know, on this documentary, and saying that one day when they were doing nuclear testing, they launched this missile out past the atmosphere into space, and they detonate the nuclear bomb out there for testing or whatever, right? But not inside our atmosphere. They do it out in space. So the guy's flying along. He's like escorting basically this missile out of the atmosphere in order to confirm, you know, communicate with ground. Hey, base, okay, fucking here's, you know, it's out of the atmosphere. Go ahead and hit the red button or whatever. So as he's flying along, he gets this weird look on his face, and he goes, I had to explain, you know, to ground or with base or whatever he said, that some type of fucking silver oblong thing fucking appears next to the missile, shoots it with some type of, I think he said like blue laser, like shoots it, flies over to the side of it, boom, shoots it again while it's in fucking rocket motion on its way out of the atmosphere, shoots it, boom, goes around the other side, boom, shoots it like 4 times. And then he said, the pilot said that he had to explain to base without sounding like a fucking maniac that it fucking disassembled and fucking diffused it, and it fell to the ground. So also, basically what that's saying is that if we're being watched and supervised or whatever, at whatever level this UFO activity is, basically they don't like us fucking around with these nukes. And they said that everywhere that there's been sightings and UFO crash landings, that it has been all around nuclear test sites and facilities on planet Earth. So they're monitoring our nuclear fucking situation, basically. And there was like a quantum physicist that came on too, and he said what nobody ever really thought about, he said, but what makes sense to me is that, you know, these nuke testing sites are out in the middle of Nevada and shit like that where they're blowing shit up, and that doesn't really seem to be disturbing anybody. He said, but didn't anybody ever think that this could be because of other dimensions, that maybe on this area in Nevada in this dimension we're not fucking with anybody, but it's really fucking destroying or causing problems in other dimensions when we're blowing nukes up in the middle of our. So that went to a different thing. So I feel like
that's in the documentary.
Dude, yeah, it's in the documentary, dude, and it's one of the most official documentary I've seen. It starts with this doctor that's talking, and basically he's just like trying to. He said it was really upset. The dude started crying like partially through like the end of it, but dude, it's it goes into like some pretty fucking far out there accusations of what is really going on in the truth of this current time in this reality of Mars. Like, you know, they're talking now that we're going to be able to start being on Mars. But these people on this video were saying that we've already been there for quite a while, and that's where the fucking $21.6 trillion that we can't find has gone into this secret space funding because there's an actual real Star Wars going on. Dude, it blew my balls all the way back. I was just like, I couldn't go to fucking work, dude. I was like, wait. And I go and I meet my girlfriend at the bar, and they're sitting down talking about hair, and they're drinking beer, and they're eating fucking Chinese food. And I was like, listen, why are you guys sitting around drinking beer, eating Chinese food, and talking, this was 2 weeks ago, and talking about hair when fucking UFOs are real? And they're just laughing at me. So I walked around for like a week telling everybody, hey, will you guys go watch this and tell me if I'm fucking going crazy or if this is really what's going on? So this is the big talk at the shop every day. You know, I just tell Rudy, hey, Rudy, good morning. He's like, hey, Ron. I go, hey, Rudy. He's like, what? I go, UFOs are real. He's like, yeah, that's crazy. And I was like, all right, let's do some tattoos. So it's like my whole understanding of this reality right now is really fucking tripping me out because it seems to be the most official, non-debunkable fucking visual information I've seen, and it was released right after Department of Defense released full disclosure. They came out on fucking CNN and were just like, all right, UFOs are real, and actually they've been funding UFO research up until like 2005, and some pencil pusher lady came and said it's not worth the money that we're spending, so they closed down the UFO research program officially, but then it stayed open unofficially, kind of a thing. And there's a lot of shit going on. But mostly what it led into to me that really kind of I've seen a UFO. You remember my story, so I've seen something. But what really kind of sucked about it is that they showed blueprints of like the ship that was like the lights over Phoenix, that big black triangle ship that hundreds of people saw and recorded in Phoenix, Arizona. They showed blueprints of that ship. That basically what they said in a nutshell is that we've had UFO activity for so long, and we've done reverse engineering for so long, that we now have the capability. And my stepdad, Bill, you remember Bill, Conspiracy Bill?
Yeah.
Rest his soul. All the shit that Bill talked about 10 and 15, 20 years ago and told me, Ryan, basically what he said is what I've seen to have be confirmed now is that we took technology so long ago. I mean, Steve Jobs, iPhones, all reverse technology. They called IBM in, and Steve Jobs was the guy to figure out how their systems worked, and this is why we have the shit that we have nowadays. But they said they took their technology, and now we're using it against them. We built ships. They built the lights over Phoenix. They had documents or blueprints of the triangle ships that were over China and Russia. Right. All these UFO sightings that we've had, like when I called my stepdad the next morning, Bill, I fucking saw a thing. I finally saw one, dude, and I have a witness. It was real as fuck. And he goes, well, the only question was it one of ours or one of theirs? And I was like, of course you'd say some shit like that, dude. I didn't even think about that. You know? And so what is going on now is they're showing blueprints of saying that we have built all of these ships, basically kind of like the 9/11 thing. So we're slowly introducing UFOs to the population in our control with our ships. Because basically now that we're policing our space is what Bill told me. And I think they addressed this in this documentary from one angle or another, is that we're policing our space with the technology that we picked up from these other world travelers, because we don't want them here because we're still worried about control and power and money. And they don't want to have these, other fucking life forms or whatever down here, because what we know now is that our sustainable planet is being destroyed, and we can do things differently with the technology that has been given to us and shared throughout all these worlds, that we could be doing better things for humankind. I mean, dude, like, anytime anybody invents anything awesome that goes against the grain of big oil and big pharma and big meat and big industry and big everything, the people end up fucking coming up missing, dude. So you can't really invent anything super awesome because it gets shut down. All these technologies and all these things are real, that we could be helping people that are suffering from cancer. We could be fixing it. We could be doing things that could create a longer living and save the planet, because we're killing the planet right now. But they don't want to because of power and control. The 1%ers that are running all of this, controlling this planet, are fucking not letting it happen because of money and power. So there's fucking billions of lives, millions of lives that are suffering that we could. And that's the part that sucked, is like, yeah, okay, UFOs are real, aliens are real. They said for every grain of salt on planet Earth is a habitable planet in this universe. So it's not like this big fantasy thing now. It's not like, I wonder if it's real. Basically, it is, which fucking just changed my entire perception of our reality, this world. But there's nothing we can do about it unless everybody stopped going to work at Target and stopped fucking doing what we're doing to keep this society running, and it would force a change. It would galvanize a change and an awakening, but most people don't want. Like, I was in the shop telling my clients, these ladies coming in, we got soccer moms and shit getting tattooed, because now it's cool for everybody to get tattooed, which is great for business. Right, but then we have different people that are with weird personalities, entitled people, soccer moms, fucking weird egos. Then I tell them this, and they go, no, I don't want that to be real. I just want to keep going to Starbucks and get my pumpkin spice, and I just want to keep going to my job, and I want to keep using my vibrator, and I want to keep cheating on my husband. I want to keep living this this fucked up human life that a lot of people are really attached to, like the Matrix. They don't want to take the fucking red pill, you know?
Is it the red pill or the blue pill? Which one is the...
The red pill sends you down the rabbit hole. The blue pill keeps you in the Matrix. That's like Cypher was like, why didn't I take the blue pill? Right? Yeah. So most people don't want to know, so it's easy for them to be kept in their little, you know, and then they get cancer that they don't have to have, and then they fucking do radiation instead of eating cannabinoids, and then they just die needlessly, right? For population control and monetary gain. And then Daniel and I were asking this question like a year ago. If the people in power know that what we're doing is destroying the planet, then why aren't they, you know, let's say that in their lifetime, let's say they don't care because by the time the earth gets destroyed or we're in famine and destruction, that they're going to die. But what about their kids? And what about their grandkids? Why don't they care about, even if they don't care about us, why don't they care about their immediate survival of their immediate family, like the Rockefellers? Why don't they want to keep that bloodline staying? And I'm going to say now, I feel like the answer is probably because this planet doesn't matter because we're already on another one. You know, I watched Ancient Aliens last year and all the little series that I bought, and one of them said it was all about Mars, and they said they found like a river of like sand glass particles, and the only way that particular type of sand glass particle shit is made is through nuclear blast, which means that it suggests that probably Mars at one time was a habitable planet, and something or somebody or something fucking nuked the fuck out of Mars, which is probably why we had to move down here, Prometheus style, you know, over to this fucking planet, that's kind of a possible thing. But
you know,
Mars
something...
was already a habitable planet. Mars was already a habitable planet, and it's been fucking nuked to fuck and destroyed.
Something that was...
aliens only started intervening, Justin, when we finally created nuclear activity. That's at the same time nukes were being created officially, is the same time as we started having UFO activity. So to me, there's a link to all of that. And now I'm not really worried about the whole Trump hitting the button thing, because it seems like the cool ones, the little floaters, whoever, the little grays or whoever that are coming in here, seem to have a grasp on this prevention of nukes. Now, I don't know where they were back in Japan when we nuked Japan or what happened or why that was allowed. So maybe they can't prevent it all, but it looks like they were putting a big effort. Looks like they were pretty successful, even in, for example, of shooting down that one that was headed out to space. You know, they shut that one down. So I don't know, but I do know that apparently that the idea that the concept of UFOs and Independence Day movies and War of the Worlds and all these fun movies, which is touched on a documentary too, that is no longer an idea, a sci-fi, a Back to the Future thing. It's like a real thing. We are now officially living in the future with bigger eyes, with more reality, with more truth of this real reality of what's going on, which is pretty cool. And then it goes back into the movies where Ryan, how come they allowed all of this? It's all been by design. They're trying to ease us into this because what they talked about too is now that they don't want to accept aliens in here because we want to keep our way of life. We don't want to let those aliens come down and tell us, hey, that we can live better. We can cure cancer with strawberries and things like that. So we're going to fight them. So this is why we've built fucking patriotic movies like Independence Day, where they're depicting aliens in a dangerous, scary form. So now they're saying just like 9/11 was staged for whatever they wanted to do to get America's behind fighting the terrorists for money. It was really for money. So we blew up a couple of fucking buildings and killed a bunch of Americans to get the rest of the Americans to go, fuck them, we have to kill the terrorists. And then we all support war. And then we all go and kill a bunch of other people on the other side of the world because we want oil. So basically they're saying that all these movies and all this stuff and all these UFO sightings that we have staged is to get America. I saw a futuristic commercial from the Army that they're waiting to release of some black guy talking about, I want to fight for my planet. No longer it's an advertisement for Army about fighting for America, but now it's about fighting for our planet because I want to save my daughter, so we got to fight the bad aliens. So they're going to stage a giant alien invasion, right, but it's really by us, and have alien ships come in and blow up a bunch of shit in America, Seattle or San Francisco or whatever the fuck, for us to go, now we have to kill the scary aliens. And really it's us again, preventing, the truth of things, because we want to sustain this. So the one percenters want to keep fighting for oil and population control and giving people cancer and just making a bunch of money. So while they're here, they can own their own islands and giant boats and go and do whatever the fuck they want to do on this planet. Just playing games with all the lives in this big planet. It's a big game for psychotic people with money, right? So to answer your question about nukes, I would say, with all your curiosity, I would say go on and watch that documentary and then call me back and tell me what you think. Because the only difference between this one that I saw, that nowhere in the hour and a half did any of them come out and then reverse fact into speculation. It was all real people, sound mind people, speaking out and saying, yep. And every single one of them that talk about what they know, somewhere along their interview, they say at one point, the Men in Black or whatever it was, and they didn't say the Men in Black, I just visualized dudes in black suits, Will Smith coming up or whatever and saying, you got to shut the fuck up. You can't talk about this.
Like in the middle of the interview.
In this documentary, every single one said, they told us that we have to keep our mouths fucking shut. Which is cheesy like the movies, but that's really what it is. Even yesterday, I was tattooing somebody talking about this. I think it was my chiropractor, and he said that one of his patients was a special forces military guy. Okay, and they got stationed somewhere where there was a secret fucking base where it was all special forces somewhere in Iraq or whatever. And these two special forces guy walked up to this dude. Oh no, it wasn't. It was one of my good friends. He's in Oklahoma now. That he said when he was just like a private, he just joined the army. He was like an E2, and he gets sent right off infantry, and he goes to fucking Iraq, and they put him on this temporary secret fucking base. This base where they're not supposed to be at a base somewhere to, for special forces guys to do their, secret shit in this war a few years ago, in this war down here. And these two guys came up and they started talking to this kid about this fucking sighting that they had. And these fucking dudes, these secret fucking weird guys, like a stupid movie, came to them and told them that they're not allowed to fucking say shit about what they fucking saw, and if they talked, bad things would happen, basically. They had some crazy fucking sightings, something came down, and some weird shit happened, and the crew came to fucking do all the fucking secret work, and then told them to shut their fucking mouth or they're not gonna fucking be around, basically, is what that was. Now, they talked, so I don't know what happened to them, but so there's been dude, in documentaries and TV shows and in real life now, based on me working with a lot of military people being in this area. I've got 3 bases. I got 2 of them are right down the road from me, and one of them is about an hour away. Army and Air Force is a joint McCord Lewis Air Force base, and then the Bremerton, the naval base, is just fucking past Gig Harbor up there. So we got a lot of military clientele. So economy is banging around here because there's money. It's all military, so money's flowing. All the businesses are flourishing because of this military bases all right here. But yeah, dude, so it's interesting to me. But then again, I have to get up now, and I got to get up, and I got to go to work again, and I got to keep doing my job while all this stuff is happening. And then I guess wait and see what comes up next at this point. But it's all been pretty real and exciting and a little bit scary, a little bit like, wow, what the fuck, Hi, buddy. Come on, big black dog.
Okay. So, there was this, I saw, it was like an interview on YouTube or something, like a little documentary that I found on YouTube. But it was talking about this guy, and I want to say it was back in the 50s or some shit, and this girl recalls this guy visiting her dad, and he was like a tall, young, really like very like blonde, blue-eyed, like piercing, silver eyes almost. And his name was like Herculean Adonis or fucking I thought it was Maximus, Maximus or something like that, Adonis.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out that's like a journalist from Italy. But apparently this guy came in the 50s around the time of Roswell and Area 51 and all that beginning of, and he was and around the time of the nuclear. So it was around the time of the nuclear fusion thing. But he came and basically was like, I'm from Venus. You guys need to fucking chill out. Or maybe he was from, what is Saturn? Saturn's the one with the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm from Saturn. That's where he was from. And he's like, I'm from Saturn, and you guys call it Saturn, but it's called fucking, fucking Zortan. And we want you guys to quit fucking around, and because we like basically what you guys are doing it all wrong. Like basically everybody should be equal and everybody should fucking have like food, and everybody should be living equally. You don't need this monetary system, and you don't need this war, and you don't need like all these possessions and shit. Like you could, we can help you fix all this, like if you want to try our way and just be fucking happy. And whoever was the president at the time, it was nobody I was alive for, but he was like, nah, we're good, fuck off, like this system's working for us, so thanks but no thanks. And he's like, all right, well, I'll check back.
And
well
then we shoot him. Yeah, and then we blow him up, dude.
No. So he left. Dude left. Dude was at the White House and everything. You know what I mean? Like this, because this chick, she was a kid of somebody whose dad was like in the cabinet, or he was like a general. You know what I mean, in the cabinet or some shit. But then she said that she recalled seeing him years later, and he had not aged at all. You know what I mean? And he was like the exact same fucking dude. But I mean, our brains kind of do that too. You know what I mean? Certain people, it's like they never had brown hair in your mind. They always had, fucking salt and pepper hair or whatever.
You want to come up here and eat some shrooms with me? I just got a batch of fucking, like a gift. One of my clients was like, here's a bunch of mushrooms.
Yeah, I mean, I might cry.
What?
But
why would you cry?
Oh God, it's because of the world.
Yeah, I think it's time, dude.
Yeah,
take a little trip. I think it's time, dude. I don't think you need to cry. I think that even with the world, I mean, it's unfortunate, man, that's the saddest thing, that the people that, like you said, when this dude from Saturn went and said, now, it's safe to say in my reality that was probably fucking really happened, because it seems like that's the case. If we have the understanding for a better life, then we definitely could, and somewhere some fucking crotchety old fucking fuckhead, out of fear or small wiener syndrome or whatever the fuck his problem is made these rules to say, no, we are not going to allow this for whatever fucking stupid, selfish reason. So there's a lot of unnecessary suffering. This reality that we live in, this world that we live in, this universe, this galaxy is a fucking super magical place. And we've always felt it inside. That's when we were teenagers. We rebel. We're so angry. We're like, why the fuck is this all there is to life? Why do we fantasize about these things and then rebel against this stupid system? And it's definitely like a hitchhiker's guide kind of a thing. We're just dumb, derpy fuckheads that are running these things that show that could be so fucking different, dude. And life could be fucking way fucking cooler. So hopefully, I say things like this. Like, well, now it's possible for me to say this out loud right now, podcast or not, that it's possible in my lifetime now, based on this current information, that I could, in fact, take a ride off of this planet and be able to come back if, in fact, some drastic change happens, and then we have activity, and then I get a secret little alien friend, right, that says, hey, dude, let's go pick up Justin and go for a ride. I'll show you guys my planet. So I'm trying to have that outlook on things so I don't get so inundated with sadness over all this death and destruction and sorrow and suffering. Dude, even down to the fucking every morning I wake up and I get sad for cows. Cows are super fucking cool. And like every second, 300 of them are getting their fucking heads chopped off so you can make fucking double fucking Whoppers for fat people. Suck.
God, I just had an In-N-Out burger the other day. So I got the animal fries, with the chopped up fucking onions on there, the grilled onions.
All that stuff.
And but dude, the burger was complimentary. I got it from a guy that was singing at my show. Basically, people always want to be special. They come up there like me first, me. And so they show up, they have one shot, and they're like, me, I want to sing. And I'm like, cool, give me $20. I'll bump you to the front. And this one guy goes, all I got is $10, but I'll give you these. And he gave me 2 gift cards for a complimentary burger. And so every time I order the double, and they take off $3.85, dude. Boom, ching, complimentary burger. Thank you. Now I know that doesn't sound good to you, but it's delicious to me. And
I mean, I just that's kind of a can of worms for me because my biggest problem with people right now is that we can look at everything harmful for about what you just said. We can look at it's destroying the planet. It's causing extreme suffering for other life on this planet, which is not cool. It's unhealthy for humans. It's causing heart disease and diabetes and cancers and death and all kinds of stuff. And the only thing, like people like you that say that I'm sure that you probably could be a little bit healthier. I love you, but saying things like, "But Ryan, it tastes so good," and I cannot understand. I understand because I remember being there, but it's so fucking weird and frustrating for me to hear somebody make a justification like that. But Ryan, but bacon, bro. And so because of something that you can put in your mouth and chew and get a sensation of flavors that makes your fucking face smile and your brain feel good, just for that is justifiable for death and destruction and slaughter and torture and suffering.
Well, I don't want to get you riled up, but the bacon was raised to be.
You just told me, but it was so good. You said
the bacon was raised to be the bacon, though. I'm just saying, like it's not like the bacon was snatched. The bacon was, is a slave to the system for sure. You know what I mean? Like, but it was raised to be the bacon. Be more sad.
You can make bacon without killing pigs.
No, be more sad for the albacore tuna. They're just swimming around, and they got the fucking Starkiss fucking van, coming up and fucking kidnapping them.
That's a weird distraction comment right there because it's all equal. Of course, for the tuna. This is what.
Yeah, but he's not. But the tuna ain't raised for it. The tuna's just swimming. The tuna isn't like he wasn't like it wasn't like out the. It's like it's kind of like the blue.
Justin, why do you think that being raised for that makes it any different?
Well, because I'm just saying, dude. It's a blue pill and a red pill. You know what I mean? The tuna's in a red pill life, and the bacon is in a blue pill life. The bacon doesn't know anymore. It's kind of like it's like my brother. He thought everybody had a catheter in their chest at 5 years old. He thought that's just what it was. Everybody.
And that's even worse, man. It's even worse. At least the fish is fucking swimming along, and then he has the pig fucking spends his whole life getting his balls ripped out without any anesthesia and sitting full of fucking disease and infection. So he suffers every second and then he dies. That's fucking worse.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, though, dude. He doesn't know anymore. He's hearing his homies, a few feet in front of him going, "Wah!" And he's like, "Oh shit, they're coming for me." That's what I'm saying, though. I can't relate other than saying fucking, that's what they were raised for, and I eat them.
That's a horrible thing.
But I love you. Hey, and if we take mushrooms, I'm not going to eat bacon in front of you. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to take a breath right now because I'm getting a little bit frustrated.
Quit. Oh my God. You need to take a breath. Slow down.
No, I'm borderline. I'm on the fence right now.
Oh my God. Calm your nerves, buddy.
What I want to do is fucking slap you in the face and say, think about what you just think about what you just said.
What? I told you I wouldn't eat them.
Think about how fucking ridiculous it is what you just said.
I told you I wouldn't eat them. That's
Huh?
nice. You're welcome.
So you're vegan now?
No, fuck no. I'm eating a bowl of manwich right now. Like, no. I am not a vegan right now.
Okay, so okay, that's fine, dude. You eat your fucking In-N-Outs and your manwich, and then when you're fucking dying way before fucking me,
okay,
then I get to go take the fucking spaceship ride.
Yes, you do.
Like, well, fuck, that was good bacon. See you later.
That's true. You will.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I know. I'm sorry. I let you down.
No, I don't think that you're sorry.
I really am.
I don't think you are. Because if you were, then you would make a change, and it would be better.
I can't. I tried. I've already tried. I tried. Don't bug me.
You tried. There is no try.
I tried. It's like quitting smoking or fucking anything else. Like I've quit everything else. Like you.
You want me to tell you about that? Here's the thing with quitting. When you quit something, you stop. And then you're stagnant. Okay, I used to smoke, now I stopped. And then you stop, and then there's pause, and then nothing happens. And then it's temporary because I tried, but then I quit, and then I stopped. And now what? That's the thing. When you stop doing something, you stop a habit, you have to create a new habit that's just as exciting or more exciting in a different way. So if you just stop doing that and then you don't do anything, you're going to start doing it again.
Well, okay, so I quit going and eating big steaks, and now I buy canned meat. And
why do you eat meat at all?
I don't know, man. It just smells good to me. Like, I just like the way, so I deliver in the Bay Area. You listen to me. No, you listen to me, you vegan son of a bitch. You listen to me. I'm going to tell you why I like meat. You ask me why I like meat. I'm going to tell you why I like meat.
It's the seasoning that you like.
No. It's the fat, bro. It's the fat. And I know for a fact because I've cooked stuff. I cook stuff with no flavoring. And I just fucking savor it. It's like juicy butter to me. I'm a fucking carnivore. I'm an evil, horrible, I'm an evil fucking menace. I am.
It's not even that. You're actually...
I'm a murderer.
You're just a scared little boy.
I'm a scoundrel.
You're just a scared little boy.
No, I'm a savage. I go to deliver. I'm trying to be nice. I go deliver flowers. And I fucking pass this place called Smash Burger. And it doesn't matter what time of the day, but it makes my mouth water. And I'm like, I wish I had time for a smash burger. But I never have time because I'd have to pre-order it. And, it's just one of those things. I have to smell the smash burger every day. It's like torture. And on those days, you know what I do? I get a carrot juice from Trader Joe's. And I just keep drinking the carrot juice. And I drink the carrot juice. And I don't want the smash burger. My best friend will hate my guts. I gotta drink the carrot juice. And then I fucking get home. And I'm like, I need to eat. I'm gonna eat one of my cats. I'm so fucking hungry.
Listen, dude. I eat all the good foods. Okay? In all the forms of which we love. In smash burger forms, in Philly cheesesteaks, in meatball subs, in pizzas, in lasagnas, in everything. I eat them all. But the difference is that I use like plant proteins and grains and things like that for the burgers and for the cheesesteaks and for the pizzas and whole foods, good things that also taste really good too, other than disease-filled, rotting flesh. It's like a sickness. Like your mind, you don't understand. You think that this is what you think that you need. You think that you're a savage. You create all these things, especially your creative mind. But it's all distraction. You're confused, but you have to quiet yourself. You have to quiet yourself and think about what you're saying. And not for that entertainment value, but it's harder for you because you're stuck deep in your own little tick of like ways of thinking that you can create these things. Because before, when we were kids, you would do it for shock value to get people to think, but you did it for so long that your own lies became your truth. So now your reality is that of that shock, but saying things like, I'm a savage and I fucking man, it's not really it. It's just like addictive chemicals touching your brain. It's all distraction and delusion. So the truth of it is that you are a compassionate person. You have animals in your home. You've got kitty cages. You love them. You got a concentration camp for your cats, right? So that's a bit kind of weird, but I guess.
Cat sweats.
But you have compassion.
Cat sweats.
You have compassion. All humans have compassion and understanding, but we have like tricked ourselves, and so it's. I'm not mad at you. Like I said, I just sometimes I want to smack you in the face and just say things like, think about what you said, and sit and think about the options and things. And we were looking at people go, but fucking cheese, bro, and bacon, bro, and just like realize
you don't know me.
Where it came from. And what it really is that you're putting in your mouth, and anybody with any fucking common fucking sense
you don't know me
is gonna say, why would I do that when this is better, less harmful, and tastes just as good in the long run?
You don't know me
better. I mean, the restaurants around here, dude, the vegan places and the places that have 50-50 menus, there's no good reason to continue killing your body faster than it already is.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
And saying things like it tastes good because now I can recreate every fucking taste of everything that would be like a meat-based item and eat it feeling good about like the truth of things, like feeling good that you're not contributing to the suffering. You're not making fun of the slaughter. Oh, they were just born for that.
You don't know me.
What kind of shit is that to even say out loud? If you think about it, that doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. Especially even for the person that you are, dude, because you, as fucking goofy and awkward as you can be about certain things, you go out of your way for people in compassion sense. A lot of times, dude, you do things.
You don't know me.
You have a deep sense of kindness in yourself, so it's kind of conflicting with who you are and then what you say that you think that you are.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
You're thinking you need to shove fucking sticks of butter and cream cheese in your mouth like you did when we were kids. You know?
See, you just said it though. You just said I even did it when I was a kid. And I wasn't doing it for entertainment shock value, was I? I just enjoy fucking a whole block of cream cheese. Blam.
Okay.
Congrats, you did it.
Everybody, the world. Yeah, blam. Go fucking give me some pus and blood in that fucking cow tit juice from that cow that was raped.
Oh.
Yeah. Go, boom, jerked off a bull, blam, got the nut, took it in the cow, raped the cow, blam, got the cow raped, now the cow's pregnant, cow kicks out a baby, blam, they take the baby and go put it in a cage, and then they fucking caught it up, and blam, and make burgers, and then the cow, they hook up a bunch of shit to the kitties, sucks it, blah, 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 and Kelly gets all fucking torn and fucked up and bloody and sick, and then they just put some bleach in the milk, blam, and then they take that and they go make some cheese for your fucking stupid ass.
Congrats, you did it. So good. Thank you, Nose, for coming on the show today, dude. I love you so much. I love you.
You're welcome, buddy.
And we're going to do mushrooms?
Yeah, we're going to do it. You just come up here. I got them waiting in my cabinet right now.
How long do I have?
Well, they last a while, but I've already had them for like a month or two, so probably like...
by March?
This month I took some extra few days, but March, yeah, I can clear some time too. Yeah, it'd probably be okay for March.
Okay.
It doesn't take much to, like, I just bought Riley a round trip ticket for like $200.
Oh, okay.
And I was only like 3 or 4 weeks out. So round trip for $200, that's a pretty good deal. That's doable.
Okay. Well, I love you, bro.
You don't have to worry about trying to load up fucking cars and all that bullshit and then just fucking jump on a plane, and it's only like a 2-hour flight.
Still here on the fabled 15th, school bus driver Stu Benedict, long paralyzed by his fear of failure, reaches deep inside himself and finds something he never knew he had.
Yo, it's something like waking up on the first day of the rest of your life. Nothing can sway my mind state, I'm alright. Made it through the maze, past the mother mice in this rat race. No one plays nice, you gotta chase the fight and swing the pin with all your might. So the message sinks and keep bright like Chris. I'm up at night, looking for a witness, committing crimes. And murder is my business, stuff a beat, script the sentence. Feel the heat from a relentless music machine. I'm not finished till the mood's complete. Yes, blowing off steam on a clean white sheet of propel. And I don't care if my music don't sell. It's all for me and for you and for whoever's feeling the blue. Taking you from sale, you'll be doing for well. Pave a way for yourself, stay in school and excel. I'll keep playing my guitar just like I'm ringing the bell. Come on.
This episode is sponsored by GreenShopDelivery.com, serving the Central Valley. For over 30 years, call today, 209-284-3800. That's 209-284-3800 for free. Gifts and specials. Green Ship is quick, discreet, and friendly. GreenShopDelivery.com, 209-284-3800. GreenShopDelivery.com, in Modesto.
Special thanks for support from Bill's Wheels in Santa Cruz, Speakeasy Lounge, The Modesto View, One Truth Tattoo, Chris Ricky Presents, Clandestine Rabbit, Max Muscle Nutrition, Jonathan Booker Studios, Braun Theron, Tits Crew, Real Ones, Shatter Sesh, and ModestoNews.org.
If hip-hop is a stock, you could be a pretty big investor. Gotta look inside your chest if you wanna find treasure. Get it? You may have missed it, but either way I have no complaints. So long as you let us do our thing, and you're more than welcome to let your head bang. Pythagoras himself would have this vibe flowing through his veins, so we bring it back to an old style. Bunch of crazy looking guys up on the mic going buck wild. Beanie caps flying all over the place, and a good group of jolly folks that represent the human race. Hey, I'm not worried about tomorrow, no I won't let it bring me fear, cause I'm a music man myself and I play it all by ear. Yes, I play it all by ear. All you need is right here. It goes D-I-S-C-I-P-L-I N-E-L-I N-E-L-I D-I-S-C-I-P-L-I N-E-L-I N-E-L-I Yeah, D-I-S-C-I-P-L-I N-E-L-I N-E-L-I D-I-S-C-I-P-L-I N-E-L-I N-E-L-I
That's how you handle him, son. Never give him an inch and maintain discipline at all times. Remember that word. Discipline. 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 Discipline.
When I say whoa, I mean